It's time for the Doug Garrison Show. This week, we learn about the Better Buildings for Michigan program. Healthcare professionals from Bell Hospital are here to talk about some Breast Cancer Awareness Month activities. It's that time of year for a haunted hayride at the Marquette County Scaregrounds, and the Rocky Horror Show opens at the Vista. Ooh, stick around. The Doug Garrison Show starts now.
Tell the host 2 minutes. Stand by live to tape. Lighting to show level, please. Confirm front of house sound and PFL. Roll tape on masters to all the places. All right, let's clear the set. Cue John music, open stage mics, standby effects, standby CG. Standby to open on 3, 2. All right, folks, let's have a good show. Stand by, roll it in.
All right, thanks for joining us for this week's edition of the Doug Garrison Show. We've got a lot to get to tonight. We're going to hear about a program in Marquette called the Better Buildings of Michigan program, something you might be interested in if you're a homeowner. It's also October, of course. That means some different things. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we're going to hear from some people from Bell Hospital about some programs they've got going there. And, of course, Halloween is around the corner, so we're going to talk to some people about a haunted hayride you might want to partake in. And, of course, one of the great traditions of the county is the Rocky Horror Show. We're going to find out some details for audience members this year about that event. We're going to be like the pizza delivery guy tonight. We're going to deliver all that in 30 minutes or less. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Riverside of Marquette wants you back to school, back in the woods, or back home for the weekend in a new pre-owned car or truck. And to do it, we're going to give you a $500 Visa gift card. Their lot is busting with late model local trade-ins, many with over 30 MPGs, payments as low as $89 a month, financing from 1.9%. With well over 600 to choose from, why would you go anywhere else? Riverside Auto Mall of Marquette.
There are many reasons for pre-planning funerals. Peace of mind, sparing family difficult decisions, paying for tomorrow's services at today's prices. But none is more important than making someone's loss a little less empty. Contact Canale Tonella Funeral Home for their free brochure on pre-planning.
All right, with me tonight is Natasha Koss, and Natasha is with the Superior Watershed Partnership, but that's not why you're here. You're with another program called Better Buildings for Michigan, right?
That's right.
Yeah, explain that to us now. I've seen ads for it, and I've seen it a little bit in the news, but explain what Better Buildings for Michigan is.
Better Buildings for Michigan is a neighborhood approach to affordable energy efficiency improvements for your home. And this is a statewide program. It was brought to the city of Marquette by the city, and the Superior Watershed Partnership is implementing it. And basically what it is you get homeowners in Marquette get a $50 home energy assessment, a comprehensive assessment. And
we have to pay $50 for this?
You pay $50 for this, which is a really, really fantastic deal because typically they're $400 to $800 for a comprehensive energy assessment.
All right.
And then you're given a list of recommendations on improvements that you could do for your home to basically lower your utility bills and make your home more comfortable. And then we have a couple different financing opportunities for folks to take advantage of, and as well as a rebate.
So in other words, if I think my home isn't real energy efficient, which it's an older home and I'm sure it isn't, I mean, I can light a candle and I can see it kind of waving in the wind there. Contact you guys and you'll send in an expert of some sort that tells me the things I can do to make it tighter, more efficient. And obviously in cities like Marquette, this can be very important.
Yep.
Yeah. Now what you say, but still then, what you'll do is recommend changes we can make. In other words, they go through and they say, here's where you're losing heat, here's where you can, is it mostly heat? Is that typically what we're dealing with here?
Yep, typically what we're dealing with. And the types of improvements that we're mostly seeing are things like windows and new furnaces. We do new appliances as well. And insulation also.
Okay, so I got a pretty good idea I could use some new windows, but Then there's some financing assistance then once we've identified that I could use some new windows. How does that work?
So you work with the energy assessor that comes to your home, and he sort of holds your hand all the way across the whole process. And so what we have is a 0% loan for 2 years, up to $20,000. And then we have a 4.99% loan for 10 years, also up to $20,000. And then we have a $500 instant rebate if you're achieving 15% or more energy savings by your improvements.
Oh, great. Is that determined after the improvements are made, or can they determine these are the improvements you're going to make?
Yep.
We determine that will amount to 15%, so you get $500 back.
Right.
Well, that's pretty cool too. Now the program's been going on for a little while, right?
Yep.
When did it start?
We were officially in the southern part of Marquette starting last October, almost a year ago, through February, or April, I should say, sorry. And then we started in North Marquette, or north of US 41, in June. But now we're open up to the entire city.
The whole city. And do you have to be of some income level to qualify for this program?
You don't, actually. There's something for everybody in the Better Buildings for Michigan program. We do some referring to our local AMCAB agency here if you're below a certain point, but it's still a part of the program.
And then once these recommendations are made, you can go out and hire the people, whoever you want, to do the improvements for you.
Actually, you do need to work with the contractors and the subcontractors within the program.
Okay, good.
Because they are a certain certification so that our loan
Are they typically local contractors?
They're all local,
okay,
yep.
Great.
Yep.
Well, that sounds good too. Now you guys are administering this program, and you mentioned that it starts with the city of Marquette, kind of is the overseer of the program.
Yep.
And you wrote the grant, so the Watershed Partnership is administering the program.
Right.
Okay. And now when does this end? When do people have to get in and get their name in to qualify for this?
At the moment, our end date is December 31st. That's when all home assessments need to be completed by. There's a really good chance that we are going to go into the first quarter of 2013. But either way, improvements, I mean, people's homes are going to be, the improvements are going to happen over time, probably
Sure.
through the end of March.
Okay, so get your name in by December 31st.
That's
And
the
way to do that is to visit your website is one way to contact you.
Correct.
Marquette, bbfm.org is the website to go
Correct.
to. And also they can call you at 228-6095, extension 21. And have you had some good feedback from people who have participated in the program?
We have, actually. South Marquette, we reached 270 homes, and
Really?
we're right now about to surpass 300 for North Marquette. And now that we're open, we opened October 1st for the rest of the city. So, yeah, our goal is 550 homes from now. Well, so we're at 300.
Sounds like you're well on your way.
Yeah, we are.
Good. Well, with winter coming on, and I'm sure a lot of people are like me, they could probably improve the efficiency of their home. Good program to get involved in. Natasha, thanks for joining us, and good luck with this.
Thank you.
If you think you can tighten up your home, give them a call at the Better Buildings of Michigan program here with the Superior Watershed Partnership and make those improvements. All right, stick around. We'll be right back, and we're going to talk a little bit about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Don't go away.
There are no linen tablecloths, no fine china, and no extensive wine list. Yes, we do have great food. Yes, our hearty buffets are loaded with choices. And yes, our desserts are made fresh. Oh, and one other thing, when the bill arrives, yes.
Now, there are many ways to deal with a stubborn drain. There's the more passive approach, or everybody's least favorite, the aggressive approach. Or you can just call Swick Home Services. Their high-definition LED camera can go where no plumber has gone before, deep inside your sewer lines to find the root of the problem. So if you're battling a backed-up sewer, remember, my friend, choose your weapon wisely. Those Swick guys do everything.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Iron Bay Computer and Design. Iron Bay gives you the quality and service you demand. And by Cliffs Natural Resources, a global mining leader with local investment and impact. Cliffs Natural Resources. And by Joe's Automotive Repair, offering complete car and truck repair. It's where they get it right the first time. Joe's Automotive Repair, inconveniently located at 630 Lake Street, Marquette. Our West End update is presented by Fox Negaunee. Find new cars, used cars, and one of the area's most respected service departments at Fox Negaunee. And I want to thank Bob Hansen and all the folks up at Fox Negaunee. And I want to mention they are the Greater Ishpeming-Negaunee Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year for the second year in a row. Congratulations to that fine organization. A list here of some of the things that they support and participate in. They made donations recently to help the Ishpeming Public Library, the Ishpeming 4th of July, Suicide Hill Mud Plunge, UPAWS, Negaunee and Ishpeming VFW, the Food Bank, Salvation Army, St. Vincent de Paul. That's just a short list of all Fox Negaunee does for the communities of Negaunee and Ishpeming. We certainly appreciate everything they do up there, and for supporting the Doug Garrison Show and their sponsorship of our West End Update segment. So congratulations again to Fox Negaunee. And tonight we're talking to a couple fine ladies here from Bell Hospital. We have Beth Olson and Judy Smith, and they're here to, and I guess the word isn't celebrate, but recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month. October, of course, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This, over the years, has become one of the biggest months that we set aside to recognize this disease and how to combat it. And I'm glad you ladies are here tonight to let us know a little bit about what's going on at Bell to address this issue. Beth, you're a radiographer. You're hands-on with testing, ladies, for this, so you kind of see what's going on and know what people should and shouldn't be doing. If I were to ask you to say something to ladies out there, what they should be doing, what they should be thinking about, what would it be?
Well, when a woman reaches the age of 40, they should be getting a mammogram every year. And
are they doing that? How are we doing with that?
I don't know the statistics, countywide, to how many women are getting mammograms after the age of 40, but I think we're doing pretty well.
Yeah. They can be somewhat painful, I understand, but they've gotten better over time.
They're not for everybody. They're not painful, and it's such a short time that the compression is on. It's a lot less painful than having breast cancer.
For your overall health, it's something
it's very important.
Certainly to
Mammograms save lives.
Yeah. You had some statistics about how many people are affected by breast cancer these days.
1 in 8 women will get breast cancer sometime in their life.
Yeah, and how did genetics come into play there?
Some breast cancers are genetically inclined. Most women that do get breast cancer have no family history, however.
Really? Because I was under the impression that if it was something, kind of all kinds of cancer, if it was in your family, you were more prone to get cancer.
Yes. Having a family history is a risk factor, but it is not the only risk factor.
Yeah. So regardless of, you can sit home and say, well, nobody's ever had it in my family.
Correct. That does not make you...
That's not the way to do it.
No, it doesn't give you a free get-out-of-jail card.
Yeah, and early detection...
is very important, because the earlier it's detected, the better it can be treated, and it can be beaten if it's caught early, and that's the important thing. And that's why annual mammograms are so important.
Yeah, annual, once a year.
Correct, so after the age of 40.
We can catch it early.
Yes.
Okay, good. Judy, you've got an event coming up tomorrow, Friday, that addresses this, and tell us about that.
That event is a free breast cancer screening assessment, going over some of those risks like heredity, different things going on in your life that increases you for breast cancer, as well as a clinical breast exam where they'll feel for lumps.
And should you have any, if you're, again, if you think that you're possibly prone to this, do you want to come in for this assessment, or is this open to everybody? And what type of age group are we talking about?
I think we're talking about any age group, from teenagers to grandmothers in their 80s and 90s. Anybody can have a breast lump. That can be detected by palpation sometimes, but the ones that we're finding on mammograms, lots cannot be detected, cannot be felt, and those are only found on the mammogram.
So this is a critical assessment then?
This is a real critical assessment, and it's offered to anybody in the community, anybody in the county, from 9 o'clock till noon. You can call for an appointment. It's 485-2671, and you'll see a professional. You'll see doctors and PAs, and they'll do the risk assessment and the breast exam.
Okay, you do want to have them call for an appointment, though?
That would be nice if they could call for an appointment.
Okay, let's repeat that number again. What was it?
It's 485-2671, and the hours of operation for this free breast clinic are 9 to 12, And I do know that if they have an overabundance, they probably will expand that time a little bit.
I would think so. Okay, this goes along, Beth, with what you're saying. Every year, get a mammogram. Well, right here, ladies, tomorrow's the day. Call Bell Hospital, go in there and get the process started. Doesn't matter how old you are, young women, older women, come on in and get this assessment, and let's get started on finding if you're particularly at risk.
And the one nice thing that we have at Bell is when you come in for your mammogram, the radiologist looks at that mammogram right then and there, and you know if you've got something to be worried about or not. And sometimes we can even offer a biopsy that same day if there's a suspicious area.
Great. One other thing before I let you go, you guys got this Pink Casual Day fundraiser. You have a casual day on Fridays, but you expanded it during the month of October.
We've expanded our casual day to wear pink, and we're to be as outrageous as we can be and still fit into the guidelines of our HR policy. So that makes it a little challenging, but we've had some creative outfits going on, and the winner gets a basket, a free basket, and all the money that's collected will go to Cancer Care of Marquette County.
Yeah, and they do great work. We've had them on too. All right. Beth and Judy, thank you so much. Again, it's so important for ladies to get out there and get tested, and Bell Hospital is doing a great job helping out there. Thank you so much. We'll have you on again next year. How about that?
Thanks.
All right. Okay. Stick around. You won't want to miss what's next. Don't go away.
Here at Fox Nagani, we want to make your service appointment exceed your expectations. With that, we provide you with these extra services.
Free vehicle pickup and delivery and free shuttle service to get you where you need to go. Free car wash with any service. Free loaners with most service work and body shop repairs. And when you purchase tires from us, you get free tire rotations for life. Plus, our standard oil change is only $20.95.
Fox Nagani, Marquette County's hometown dealer, only the best.
The Better Buildings for Michigan program has been extended for North Marquette residents.
I was introduced to the program last year when it was started in South Marquette. Well, their very first visit, they brought in some gray foaming to cover the pipes for the hot water tank, put some water saver adapters on the faucets, and they recommended what windows should be replaced. Very happy to have them do what they did.
To take part in the Better Building for Michigan programs, contact the Superior Watershed Partnership.
Spotlight on Service is presented by the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union, where they're all about service to community. And I thank them for sponsorship of this segment. And with us is Andy Gorieski, president of the Marquette County Horse Club. Andy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I think when people, when they get through this segment, they're going to find out this is really service to community. And I appreciate
yes, it is.
that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me come clean with one thing, though. I'm afraid of horses. Did you know that? I'm scared of them. They're big.
Really?
I was on one once. I wasn't. He was in control. I wasn't. It didn't end well. But that's okay. I like them. I'm just not going to get on one right away.
You don't have to.
Okay, good.
No, you don't have to.
That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about your Haunted Hayride, which is the third year for this.
Yes, it is.
And this is all in the Halloween spirit. It's all about Halloween tonight.
It is all about Halloween. Yes, it is.
Good. Now, this takes place this Friday and Saturday night. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's right here. We're ready for that at the Marquette County Scaregrounds, as you like to say.
Yes,
That's
it
good.
is.
Tell me a little bit about the Haunted Hayride.
Well, the Haunted Hayride, like you said, the third year.
Yeah.
And my family and our club and our friends were all about the Halloween.
Yeah,
so we
good.
thought this
We're
is a
dressed
great.
for it, yeah.
We are dressed
I
for
like
it.
that, yeah.
We brought our friend.
Yeah.
We're all set for it. We were really looking for a good, fun, family fall event to do.
Yeah.
And what better thing
found
to
it,
do
huh?
than a
Yeah.
hayride?
Yeah.
Fairgrounds, perfect place to host it.
Yeah.
And so we ran with it
Yeah.
and never dreamed it'd be so successful.
Yeah. Now it's put together. You've brought together some agencies and organizations around from town that take part in this. How's that work?
Well, we ask for sponsors, and it's been just phenomenal what this community does to support things like this.
I know.
We've gotten great sponsors this year.
Yep.
We have youth nonprofit organizations that do this for you. It's not our horse club. It's not our volunteers that do this.
You guys just organize
We
it.
do.
Right.
We sponsor it. We get it going. We do all the legwork and stuff. But it's these youth groups and nonprofit organizations that are out there.
Yeah.
They're out there tonight.
They set up stations along the Haunted Hayride.
They do.
And what you told me is the proceeds that you gain from this then go back to those organizations.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that's certainly service to community.
Yes, it is.
That's awesome. You said last year you had how many people went through this
We had about 3,000 people.
3,000 people.
Yes.
Okay, let's get the details down. It's this Friday night and Saturday night at the Marquette County Scaregrounds. Gates open at 6:30.
6:30.
And
first ride leaves at 7:30.
7. What time do you stop sending people out?
11.
11 o'clock. Okay. What about tickets?
Tickets you can buy in advance.
And you recommend that, don't you?
I do recommend it. When you get there, we don't have a fast pass per se. Right. We're going to work on that in the coming
But if you
years.
show up with your tickets,
if you show up with your ticket already, boom, you're right in the line to get on a trailer.
Tickets available at the Animal Medical Center.
Animal Medical Center.
Marquette Mountain.
Ski Hill. Ishpeming Federal Credit Union. And the Gwen Sawyer Vet Clinic.
Okay, and you can get them there, but it's recommended to get them in advance.
Yeah, you can certainly buy them at the gate. There's no discount to buy them ahead of time.
Right, okay. And now $10 for adults, $5 for kids.
Yes.
And you don't recommend young kids?
I don't.
It's that scary?
It's scary,
okay,
yeah.
Good,
This is not rated G. It's not even PG. This is a haunted hayride.
Okay, so kids under...
I wouldn't recommend under 5.
Okay, but
That's
you
what we're
have
advertising.
some daycare if people have...
Absolutely. We have a free daycare available.
That's awesome.
They're going to have kids' games and all kinds of fun things to do.
Dress appropriately. Obviously, it cools off a little bit once the sun sets.
It's chilly.
No alcohol, no pets.
No alcohol, no pets. Please don't wear a mask.
Okay.
If you want to come with your Halloween stuff, great. Don't wear a mask.
Okay, it's all about having fun.
It is.
You wanted to mention some sponsors that have been integral to this?
We have. I don't know what we would have done this year without Fry Chevy.
Fry Chevy.
Fry Chevy's a big one. Michigan Sales, Doug Gentz with the Kubota tractors. He's donating all the tractors and trailers this year. Awesome.
Yep.
Charter Media and then AMC Fear Fest. They're bringing out a big movie screen so you get to watch scary movies while you wait in line. Good. Yes. Vast, Classic Auto, Animal Medical Center, Ishpeming Union. I mean, there's too many to even list.
I've learned from doing this show that this community is great for this stuff.
Oh,
You've obviously hit a nerve here. You've tapped into some great ones. And like so many other things that we've talked about on this show, this is a way to contribute to the community.
Absolutely.
Without just handing over money, having some fun, you and your family.
We have a lot of fun. We have these kids have fun. And I guess what my big thing is, what I like is these kids are out there.
Yeah, they're doing it.
And they're constructing their scenes. They're building their costumes. They're doing all this where they could be out getting in trouble somewhere. And they're not. They're taking pride in their organization and their
equity,
community.
Getting money for their organization. Well, that's awesome. Andy, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I think this is great. The Haunted Hayride this Friday and Saturday at the Marquette County Scaregrounds. Great way to kick off your Halloween season.
Absolutely.
Andy,
expect to see you out there.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me here.
Stick around when we come back. More stuff about the Halloween season. You don't want to miss that either. All right.
Guess what? You can get any new or used car finance in the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union for 3.9% APR, new or used. Got your eye on this new Escalade? 3.9%. How about this 75 Gremlin? 3.9%. Looking at this stylish Dodge Dart? 3.9%. How about a new Chevy Cruze? 3.9%. RV, boat, tractor? 3.9%. What about this DeLorean time machine? 3.9%. 3.9% auto loans, new and used at the Marquette Community Federal Credit Union. Stop in and apply today.
The Doug Garrison Show is brought to you in part by Peninsula Bank, celebrating 125 years in Marquette County. That's Peninsula Bank. And by Superior Collision. For all those unexpected dents and dings, contact Superior Collision. Tonight's Focus on Arts and Culture is presented by City Insurance, a full-service independent insurance agency offering competitive prices and services for all types of personal and business insurance. Well, some of you might recognize that. That's the Rocky Horror Show. Of course, it's an October tradition in this area, taking place, of course, again this year at the Vista Theater in Negaunee. It's this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next weekend, the 25th, 26th, 27th, of course. 2 shows on Saturday nights. There's the regular show, and then there's the Saturday midnight showing as well. It's a great experience. If you haven't gone, you should make plans to go this year. Actually, I had hoped to have someone here from the show to talk a little bit about this year's... What? What's going on? Oh, no. Oh, boy. It's in person. It's Frank N. Furter, also known as Bobby Glenn Brown. Bobby, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome, Doug. Thank you.
Direct from the set of the Rocky Horror Show. Well, thanks for coming. It's so exciting to have you here again. This is the 12th year you guys are doing this, the 9th year for you, you say.
Correct.
Quite an experience. And like I say, it's a tradition here in Marquette County.
It really is. It's awesome how we've had the community and business support over the years, and we encourage everyone to come and let loose. We know it's early this year, celebrating a little early before Halloween.
You know, the leaves are turning, there you go.
You got it.
It works.
Get your fishnets on and come down to the Vista.
You know, speaking of which, that kind of alludes to what I want to talk about here is the audience participation. One of the big things about the Rocky Horror Show is the audience participates. They get involved. And some people, if they haven't been to it, they might be intimidated by that or not know exactly what's going on. So I wanted to talk tonight a little bit about what audience members can expect. One of the things they do is they bring stuff to throw during the performance.
That's correct.
You got an example here of what we're talking about.
We have a bag of props here, just a few things. Toilet paper for Dr. Scott. If you don't know who Scott Toilet Paper was, ask your grandmother or your parents. We have party favors for Rocky's birthday scene. Frankenfurter in the lab, of course. You have to have your gloves. There's rice in here for the wedding scene. Okay. Cards for sorrow, cards for shame. If you don't have the props to bring with you, we sell them right at the Vista Theater.
Okay.
So
you can bring your own, and you can
Absolutely.
Put your own bag together.
We encourage it. The only thing is, if you bring your own, don't bring a lighter. Bring a flashlight instead.
Okay. Now, there's a couple items you don't have in there because they're perishables.
That's correct. On the night of the show, we always put toast and a hot dog, because I'm Frankenfurter.
Okay, that makes sense too. So you can assemble your own bag, bring your own stuff, or they have a bag there for you for sale if you come without that and do that. Now, most of the audience knows when to do this stuff. So if you're a novice, a first-timer, just
watch those
go
around
along
you.
with the crowd.
Absolutely. And getting back to the audience participation, I tell every cast every year in some point during rehearsal that the missing character is the audience. It's different every night. But it really is the missing link to what makes the show fun. Yeah, the more the audience gets into it, the more the actors get into it, the more fun the show is. And that's how Chris O'Brien and Tim Curry came up with the idea that was missing from theater, and that's what live theater is about.
Well, that's certainly a part of the tradition.
Yeah.
Again, it's this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tickets available at the usual outlets. It's the Vista Theater in Negaunee, the Rocky Horror Show, 12th year. Make sure you go and check out Bobby Glenn Brown as Frank N. Furter. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great show this year.
We could learn some technical aspects from Thunder and Lighting and the Doug Garrison show.
Well, there you go.
We might have to do a partnership next year for lucky number 13.
Okay, we'll have our people call your people.
All right.
Okay, great. All right. Thanks again for showing up for us with this event. It's going to be great. Okay, stick around. We'll be right back.
City Insurance has you covered. Located on Washington Street, Marquette.
I'm one. She's not alone. I'm one too.
1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in their lifetime.
For those of us with breast cancer, there is hope.
With early detection, 99% of women can be cured.
At Bell Hospital, your mammogram is reviewed while you're on site, and follow-up testing can be done the same day.
With the latest in breast cancer detection, Bell Hospital is the right choice for the mammogram that matters most.
Yours.
All right, it's been another great show. I want to thank our guests, Natasha Koss from the Superior Watershed Partnership, and of course, Judy Smith and Beth Olson from Bell Hospital, talking about activities related to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Andy Gorieski from the Marquette County Horse Club and her haunted hayride. And of course, Frank N. Furter from the Rocky Horror Show, taking place at the Vista Theater. And I want to thank you for joining us here on the Doug Garrison Show. See you next week.